Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all glory, honor, and praise unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops and elders who rule and teach the Lamb's well, and salutations to the house of David. Ba'ath Shah Dawada. That's a spiritual household. Okay, I'm alone. All right, now you Christians, it's a spiritual house being raised up in these last days, made of lively stones. All right, the 144,000 his servants, the prophets, the men of the Lord, and it includes the rest of that remnant, which consists of men, women, and children, believers, those among Israel, Yasharallah, who have been given this gift of faith and who are cleaving to the testimony of the prophets. They too are going to be delivered out of this coming destruction. That's what's coming to America, the north, Assyria, Nineveh. All right. America has many code names in the scriptures. All right. The destruction of America is going to be complements of the intercontinental ballistic missiles and the chariots of the Heavenly Father, the ships. Those heavenly vehicles that are out in the heavens, watching and monitoring you people, Hey, the eyes of the Lord, man, are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. That's what the scripture says. The Most High watching you, man. The angels. All right, hey, the Most High watching you. Yahweh Shai is watching. The angels is watching. And the men of the Lord is watching. All right. So you bug outs, you false prophets, false teachers among Israel, think you getting away with shit. You ain't getting away with nothing, man. You Babylonians ain't getting away with shit. All right. You Edomites, okay. You so-called white people, so you know what I'm saying? You ain't getting away with nothing, man. 2/3 you Israelites over here in America ain't getting away with nothing. All right. Israel, Yasharal on the earth today, okay, as you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You are the Lord's chosen people, the Lord's special people. All right, set up to be above all people on the face of the earth. All right, His peculiar treasure, the apple of His eye. And that includes you speckled birds, man. All right, the Israelite foreigner, brothers and sisters. All right, so I just wanted to get into this, these few verses like out of Zephaniah, right? Going in again to the destruction of Assyria, Nineveh, okay? The north, which today is America, right? You got to see things through the spirit, man. You can't, 2/3 of our people can't discern this. Because they're not spiritual. 2/3 of our people are carnal. And they don't have a spiritual eye. They don't have a spiritual bone in their bodies. They're carnal. And Salakia, there's a lot of noise. It's a walk and talk. So Salakia for the noise. But yeah, man, the land of Assyria, Nineveh, all right. Just like in the ancient world, Assyria fell and Nineveh fell. All right, well, in this modern time, in this dispensation, modern day Assyria, modern day Nineveh is going to fall, man. But it's going to be, a fiery destruction taking this place out. This place is going to be taken out, again, via them intercontinental ballistic missiles. It's going to be a fiery demise. Yeah, man, I'm laughing because this, you people out here are too proud, man. You too damn proud, and you too careless, man. We're about to read about that, so just go ahead and jump into it. Again, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 13, and He will stretch out His hand against the north, okay? And He will stretch out His hand against the north and destroy Assyria, right? And will make Nineveh, right? All these three things, right? Okay, the north, Assyria, Nineveh, is the same place. All right, again, that which was then is now. This is talking about Babylon. This is talking about the virgin daughter of Babylon, which is also called what? It's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, right? It's the revival of the ancient pagan Roman Empire, the last leg of it, right? It says, and will make Nineveh a desolation and dry like a wilderness, because after that fire burns out, right, this place is going to be a dry, and dusty and desert wasteland. That's what it's going to be, man. All right, anyone left, all right, in America, all right, when them nukes come, anyone left here is going to burn, man. All right, no one's going to dwell here ever again. All right, you can go into Isaiah 13, Isaiah 34, Isaiah 47, Jeremiah 50, of course, 51, Revelation 18, Revelation 17 and 18, talks about, this place being totally wasted, totally destroyed, made completely and wholly desolate, right? Verse 14, Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 14, and flocks shall lie down in the midst of her, all the beasts of the nations, both the cormorant and the bittern shall lodge in the upper lintels of it. Their voice shall sing in the windows, desolation shall be in the thresholds, for he shall uncover the cedar work. Again, this is written, all the prophets, man, but I'm specifically, thinking about, Isaiah right now. All the prophets wrote about it, but this is almost verbatim. If you go into Isaiah 13 and chapter 13 and verse, it's like chapters 13 and 34 rather. It's almost the same language. The prophets say the same things, man. That's why today, you got the men of the Lord. That's the elder apostles, the great millstone, right? The elder bishops, the other elders, all the Achium, and then great millstone's affiliates. We are all saying the same things, man. Okay, we say the same things through the Spirit. The new song we sing it, everyone's singing it. We singing in unison, man, the same things. We all in one accord, We got the truth, man. That's that new song that's being sung, right? The new song, which is the truth. The truth of the Bible. All right, verse 15. And it reads, this is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly. Right. And again, you people are fucking careless, man. Most of y'all don't have a care in the world. Y'all don't care about anything that's of any type of importance, right? People are out here, Sunday afternoon. Where I am, man, it's damn near 80 degrees. The wind's blowing. There's no chemtrails in the sky today. It's sunny. It's nice, and people are out here doing their thing, man. Jake's out here fucking around. They out here washing their cars. They eating. Drinking, living it up, man. You got the NFL on today. Jake, you Americans, man. And talking to our people first and foremost. Y'all don't care about nothing, man. Y'all are care fucking less. You're careless. You live your lives recklessly. Without any regard or concern for anything holy or righteous or good. You willy-nilly just being wicked as fuck, committing adultery, smoking dope, staying fucking drunk, staying drunk, and that's twofold, man. You drunk with the wine, that Babylon has served you, referring to her philosophies and her way of life, and you drunk in a physical sense, man. Careless, man. You Americans are careless. Even though, you know, we got ICE patrol in the streets down here in South Carolina. You know, they showed up in Charlotte and Raleigh, you know, a couple weeks ago. Now they in South Carolina, in Columbia. You know, we in a time of Jacob's trouble, man. This is the time where you're supposed to be concerned for what is right, man. This is a time where you're supposed to be inquiring, when you're supposed to be seeking out the prophets. Because we're the only ones, again, and that begins with the top men, right? The elder apostles, great millstone on down. We're the only ones with the answers, you know, to the questions that you're going to have, you know. We got the answers. We know what's coming, you know. We know what to do. But you ain't inquiring, man. You ain't inquiring of the prophets. You ain't seeking out the prophets. You're going to be. You know, it tells you that in the book of Amos, right? The 8th chapter. You're going to be running to and fro, man. Scrambling. You know, looking for a camp. But at that time, it's going to be too fucking late, man. You know, you missed your opportunity, you know. And when it gets really bad and really rough, you know, it says Proverbs, the 1st chapter tells you you're gonna start caring, you know. But then it's gonna be too late, and the Lord is gonna mock you through His men and laugh even at your own calamity. This is the rejoicing city, right? America. That dwelt carelessly, America, right? That said in her heart or her mind, I am, and there is none beside me. Again, you know, straight up, Isaiah 47 comes to mind, right? Revelation 18 comes to mind, right? How has she become a desolation, right? Jeremiah 50 is coming to mind. How has she become a desolation? Well, right? How did this happen? Well, an assembly of great nations, beginning with Russia, right? Gog is going to come against her, man. Right, Russia, Moab, which is China. All right, those are the biblical Moabites. Right, Persia. You know, the modern day Iranians, right? Them Elamites. The Carmanians, 2nd Ezra's 15th chapter, etc. Man, Ishmael, the dragons of Arabia, an assembly of great nations, even America's own allies, man. Because America's own allies are sick and fucking tired of her. You know? Why? Because she's careless, man. You know, DJT, he's careless. You know, all these advisors, all these, you know, political figures, you know, they careless. How'd she become a desolation? She gonna be nuked. That's how. And that Iron Dome ain't gonna stop nothing, because, you know, the Israeli state, them Amalekites, right? The Ishas, the tiny tops, the small hats, they're gonna be destroyed too. Now that land is not gonna be, you know, on fire forever and ever, but they gonna get theirs too. You know, how has she become a desolation? A place for beasts to lie down in. Everyone that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his hand. Right? Talk shit. You know, big bad America. You know, the bully of the whole earth, the hammer of the whole earth. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Right? Jeremiah asked that through the Spirit. Again, Jeremiah the 50th chapter. But all the prophets, man, going back to the 7th from Adam, right? Enoch. You know, talked about you wicked ninjas being destroyed, man. You know, like these Genesis Israelite clowns. You know, who have opened up salvation to the heathen nations, to the Gentile nations, to the natural Gentiles, because you got 2 sets of Gentiles in the Bible, right? But this place is about to be made a desolation, man. And again, by the time you start to care and wake up, Jake, you know, it's going to be too late. You know, it's going to be too late. Again, you know, Proverbs, the 1st chapter. you're gonna start seeking after the Lord. You're gonna start calling on sweet Jesus to save you. Nah, man. Sweet Jesus ain't coming back. Yahushua, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, is coming back. Not no goddamn Jesus. So anyway, I just wanted to bring this out, Lord willing, through the Spirit. It was edifying. With that, I want to say shalom, and it's on to the next video.